New at 10, he is the face of a rapist, already serving time for multiple rapes in Weakley County, Tennessee, and suspected of 3 more in Shelby County. You could say no one better represents the terror of rape than Bruce Tuck, also known as the big-bellied rapist. DNA evidence provided the crucial link to Tuck, evidence that's often contained in a rape kit.
But in Shelby County, On Your Side investigator Kelly Raybon found it's what happens to those rape kits after they're collected. That's leaving many victims waiting on untested justice.
I see one guy put me a gun on my head.
She's been waiting for justice for 5 years.
He attacked me sexually.
Assaulted by a stranger outside her apartment, she was robbed and raped.
He told me, don't call the police, because if you call the police, I know where you live. I come back and I kill you and I kill your family.
She did what authorities say every victim should do and immediately called police. They took her to the Memphis Sexual Assault Resource Center to be examined by nurses.
They took a lot of evidence.
Combing a victim's body like a crime scene, nurses use a 15-step procedure called a rape kit.
There's usually swabs that are taken, as well as the exam would look for bruising or tears.
Dr. Betty Winter says it's a painful process that can feel like a second assault, but most victims submit to a rape kit's swabs and samples, hoping the evidence will pinpoint a suspect.
It is extremely important to prove that not only who did it, but who didn't do it.
The collected rape kit is put in the hands of Memphis Police, where Deputy Chief Joe Scott says a crucial decision must be made to send the kit to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for testing or not.
We'll test anything that we deem necessary. If we think it's necessary, if it's necessary to find a perpetrator, a predator in our community, we'll do it. But there are times where we don't.
What often isn't submitted are cases like where a victim decides not to press charges, date rapes, domestic sexual assaults, and most times when the victim does not know the attacker.
What needs to be submitted is submitted.
The WREG News Channel 3 On Your Side investigators uncovered that MPD has not found a need to send thousands of rape kits to TBI for testing. In 2007, Memphis Police gathered 624 rape kits. TBI says they received 38 for testing. That's only 6% of the rape kits handled by the Memphis Police Department. In 2008, 602 rape kits. TBI says only 58 made it to the lab for testing. That's just 9% of the rape kits handled by MPD that year. And in 2009, MPD says it doesn't know how many rape kits were collected. TBI says it received 85 from Memphis Police. If the department was on track for at least 600 rape kits as in previous years, it would have sent just 14% of kits in 2009.
They just need to submit them.
Donna Nelson says the TBI encourages police to send all of their rape kits. As a forensic scientist, she says testing could be the key to solving multiple crimes.
If they don't send them in, then we can't test them, we can't generate a DNA profile, we can't put it in the database, and it can't be searched against all the samples in the database as well as all the samples that are in other states' databases.
The kits that do make it to TBI are analyzed to develop a suspect, giving authorities a better chance of connecting criminals to crimes. The rape kits that don't make it to TBI are kept here in the Memphis Police Property Room. We wanted to take you inside to show you the thousands of untested kits, but the MPD denied our cameras access. In fact, we asked how many untested rape kits are kept behind these doors. They said that's not a number they keep track of.
We should all be furious.
Deborah Clubb with the Memphis Area Women's Council says that's unacceptable.
They are cases that police and prosecutors really just don't want to have to deal with. They're just so hard to prove. They're hard to collect evidence about. They're hard to win in court.
As an advocate for victims, Clubb says all rape kits need to be tested, no matter the circumstance.
We don't know whether those kits are a date that went wrong or a terrible assault somewhere and that guy is now doing the exact same thing to somebody in Philadelphia, and if the DNA were in our national database, those dots could be connected.
If they have the evidence, why don't they do something? They don't do nothing.
It's been 5 years since her attack, and this victim still has no idea what happened to her rape kit. Given the statistics, there's a chance it was never tested. She fears her attacker could still be out there hurting other women.
Do you think you'll ever be able to find justice for what happened to you?
I wish one day, but I don't know.
Well, we've put together a special website on WREG.com for victims of sexual assault, including what to do after an attack and where to go for help. Just click on this link on WREG.com for more information.
Kelly, this is also very, very incredible. Is it a matter of cost that they're not turning these rape kits in?
Claudia, our investigation will continue tomorrow at 5, but as for right now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations tests these kits for free for local law enforcement. That will be changing though, or there's a possibility that it could be changing, and we'll tell you why tomorrow night at 5.
I'd really like to know why and more.
All right,
Thank you.
Kelly.
Now to the story you will see only on 3. The On Your Side investigators have uncovered thousands of boxes of evidence from Mid-South rape victims known as rape kits are not being tested. Evidence that could help solve crimes. Some say authorities are putting a price on justice. On Your Side investigator Kelly Raybon is here now with the exclusive story. Kelly.
Claudia, over the last few weeks, I've talked to dozens of rape victims, listening to their stories and how their cases were handled by the justice system. But all too often, victims say they provided evidence and did their part, but they're waiting on untested justice.
A box just like this could hold the key to solving crimes. But what's inside a rape kit may not matter if it's never checked for DNA.
It can tell you who the suspect is. That's the most valuable piece of evidence that we may have.
Critical evidence to solving crimes. But as the On Your Side investigators dug through hundreds of incidents of sexual assault, we uncovered the Memphis Police Department is not sending all rape kits to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for testing.
We can't just submit everything we want to the TBI.
Deputy Chief Joe Scott says it's a matter of money.
DNA testing is very expensive. And we have to be, good stewards of the tax dollar.
At the moment, money is not an issue for any agency to submit anything to TBI for testing.
At the TBI lab, where rape kits are analyzed, forensic scientist Donna Nelson says testing is free for local law enforcement. TBI and not local governments absorb the cost.
They just need to submit them.
Before Memphis police can submit a kit for DNA testing, the district attorney's office must first give authorization. The DA's office says it doesn't know how many rape kits it's authorized. It says that's not a number it keeps track of. The district attorney refused an on-camera interview to discuss his office's role in rape kit testing.
Somewhere in our chain, someone's deciding it's not worth it.
A decision that Deborah Clubb with the Memphis Area Women's Council says could put the ultimate cost on victims.
Something has happened to her that was horrible enough that she called the police and went through this whole process of being examined, and if that's the end of it, then we've got a lot of questions about why.
Although TBI says they currently don't charge local law enforcement for testing, there's a bill before the Tennessee legislature that could change that, which advocates say could cause even more kits to not be tested. You can go to our website at WREG.com to find more resources for victims of sexual assault. For the On Your Side investigators, Kelly Raybon, WREG News Channel 3.
New at 10, an On Your Side investigation found hundreds of rape evidence kits collected from victims in Memphis and Shelby County were never sent to the TBI for testing. Rape victims were subjected to the invasive exams, all for nothing.
The response to our story was overwhelming and has prompted action. Kelly Raybon with the latest on her exclusive investigation.
More than 600 rape kits are on their way to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. After our On Your Side investigation, the Memphis Police Department has changed its policy on rape kit testing. Evidence collected, but most of it never tested until now.
From this point forward, since TBI has indicated they want it, we will send the test kits up.
A WREG News Channel 3 investigation uncovered more than 1,000 untested rape kits, never tested because TBI says Memphis police did not submit them. Now, City of Memphis Chief Administrative Officer George Little says the city is changing its policies.
I was told by MPD that they had received that recommendation and that they were in process of collecting the backlog kits, and from this point forward, that they would send the kits up to TBI.
This change does not guarantee these kits will be tested for DNA. MPD says that's out of its hands.
That would be outside of our jurisdiction. I mean, that would be a question for our Shelby County District Attorney General's office to better address what their practices will be.
In a statement, the DA's spokesperson says, "We will continue to approve any requests by local law enforcement to send rape kits to the TBI to be tested."
Why not test them?
Kurt Steinbach hopes all rape kits will be DNA tested. He started an online petition that he plans to send to Governor Bredesen and Mayor Wharton.
People think we can't do it. The law is law, policy is policy. But if you don't try, nothing can change.
Jana Herbison with the Tennessee Women's Political Caucus says her organization plans to look at legislation on rape kit testing.
I would like to see if this is a problem mainly in Shelby County or if it's a problem statewide, because if it's also a problem in other jurisdictions, you know, we can look at potential legislation.
Regular citizens working to make sure rape kits are DNA tested, and the Memphis Police Department taking steps to solve more crimes.
That is being collected and is going to be sent up to TBI just as quickly as MPD can.
TBI says they're ready to test the kits and have always welcomed law enforcement to send their evidence for testing. We'll follow the kits to see how many get DNA tested, and our investigation will continue to keep you updated on any new policies and practices regarding rape kits. For the On Your Side investigators, Kelly Raybon, WREG News Channel 3.